With only 7 days left until the servers finally go live, here are 7 things that you should know for the upcoming Lost Ark server launch. The game does not really kick off until you're level 50. That doesn't mean that the early passages have to be boring. You also get a few new skills every now and then. You can do side missions if you want to. There's a bunch of things to explore. Especially on your very first character, I highly suggest check out everything you want to do. But don't feel alarmed or afraid that classes might feel a little bit underwhelming because you only have a set amount of skills. That will drastically change once you hit level 50. Make use of the free skill resets. Yes, you heard it right, you can reset and respec skills wherever you are for free as many times as you want. Make sure to use that, especially while leveling. Even if you don't have that many skill points, you can freely mix and match and move those skill points around. You can reset all of this if I wanted to, and I can, let's say, just take those 3 skills, save it, sure, and then I do some other content or unlock a new skill, so just go to this place here and be like, fair enough. I also want to try those skills. Also keep note that there are tripods that will definitely help you on your way, so be sure to read the descriptions of whatever tripod there is. A very TLDR is, the first tripod is unlocked at level 4, the second tripod is unlocked at level 7, and then the final tripod is unlocked at level 10. You can always select one of the tripods in each row, so 1 tier 1 tripod, 1 tier 2 tripod, and 1 tier 3 tripod. Making your character more powerful is the obvious choice since you're playing an MMORPG. However, Lost Ark also has a lot of account-wide features that boost your overall performance. Most notably, it's the legacy window, or in the Western servers, this is going to be called the roster. Everything you see here is applied to all of your characters. I repeat, everything you see here in this window here is going to apply to all of your characters, even fresh ones that you just make. Probably the biggest importance here are the skill points. These are available even to a fresh level 10 character. Naturally, 9 skill points are not going to be a huge deal, but if we take a look at my main account, you can see that this numbers, or all these numbers, are drastically bigger compared to a fresh account. So the thing about the alt characters, yes, there's been a lot of drama and a lot of people that say, oh, you need like 15 alts to be competitive in Lost Ark. That is absolutely not true. So, do you need alts? No. Are they helpful? Absolutely yes, though. For my personal experience, I will be playing 3, maybe 4 characters at max. Obviously, the more you can play, the better it is gonna be for your progress and overall things. But you don't need them. You also don't need to have 15 like some of these people said, especially not at the start. When I started playing Lost Ark, I only played 1 character for over 2 months before actually considering making a second character. Just play whatever you see fit, and if you feel like trying out a different class, go for it. Most of this will happen by default, just like it happened to me. I was at the point where I felt like, maybe I want to try out a different class. This looks fun. I've seen other people use class XYZ in Guardian raids or something, or in PvP. It's like, man, this looks enjoyable. I want to give it a go. So don't be alarmed. Don't just go into the game thinking you need alts straight from the bat. Just play whatever you want at whatever pace you want, and the alts will come naturally. Loved and hated the estate or Stronghold. There's 4 core features that I think are mandatory or very important, at least to most people. First of all, send your sailors and your ships onto missions. This is a very easy and passive way to gain pirate coins or doubloons and also other collectibles and various other items to progress your account. Second of all, do the research to unlock your training dummy. This is not to be confused with a knowledge transfer, which is also called gold boost. We do not have this feature in Russia. We will have this feature on the Western servers, and I'll make a guide video once we actually are live. This here is only there to help you level your characters past level 50. Number 3 are estate life skills. Now this comes later down the line in the research tree, so this is not going to be available at the start. However, they do offer a quick and fast way to gather materials. However, there's 2 things here. First of all, these materials are different from the ones that you actually gather in the real world. So, the materials gathered here, as you can see, have this little house icon because that or those are estate life skills and they are different compared to the ones that you gather outside. And you can craft different things with that. So if you go a very quick and deep look at the estate life skills, you can craft potions, healing items, stuff like that with the estate life skill items. So, if you don't have the time or you don't want to do it, then feel free to do your life skills in the estate. The final thing here has to do with the workshop, and there are items in this that you will need to upgrade your gear at a certain point in the game. Now these items are also tradable, so there will be people listing those on the auction house for you to buy them. At the start of the game there might be a little dry phase where people are using them themselves, So if you want to be or stay ahead of the curve or want to be self-sufficient, I highly suggest checking out what those materials are that you need and what those items are that you need to research, because those will definitely be needed in large quantities when you want to upgrade gear further down the line. Life skills. While not mandatory, it's kind of similar to the estate that they will help you in the long run if you play Lost Ark. Even if you don't like doing life skills at all, I highly encourage you to at least do mining, what you can see here on the screen, and lumbering. The materials that you get from mining and lumbering are gonna be used in your estate researches and also keep your ships and sailors on the missions longer. So this is definitely something that I highly encourage everybody to do. In case you want a full rundown, you have herbalism, collecting herbs, lumbering, that's tree logging, mining, what you can see just here on the screen. There's also hunting, fishing, and archaeology. All of those come with different perks, the different kinds of materials, and they do help you. While not necessarily the most in-depth game, I think all of these life skill activities are actually fun, and all of them are useful in their own way. The last thing that I want people to understand here is the amount of content or how the content is structured. And what I mean by that is a lot of the content falls into either daily or a weekly category or is time-based in one way or another. Examples for daily content are guardian raids. You should do 2 guardian raids every day, because this is how you get the most amount of loot from that. Same goes for the chaos dungeon. You should do those 2 every day if you can, because that's where you get the most amount of loot from them. You can do more of that, but it's going to be a little bit less efficient, and you're going to farm different materials. Same goes for daily quests. You have 3 of those every day, so do them while you can. Weekly quests, you have 3 per week that you can do. Then you have weekly gated content. For example, Abyss Trials is something that you can do every week. Abyss Dungeons is something that you can do every week. Outside of this, there's also stuff or events that happen on a daily or like a specific day basis. Most notably are islands, ghost ships, field bosses. Now I will make a different video on the topic of the calendar. You as a new player, the most important thing that you should know how to use is the Procyon compass, which is going to be called in the West. Click on that. It'll show you all the events that are happening every day. And you can see this is available per day, per week. Whenever you have time, attend all of these events that are listed under the Procyon compass. Below the minimap, it's the Windrose icon. Click on it and try to make sure to use all of the events that are listed here. That's it for the things that I think are very important for new players to know. I do also stream every night on Twitch, so feel free to check out the links in the description below, and I do hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys on the Western servers in 7 days.